Hey everybody, I just wanted to make another little video with some stretches because I've been doing some work with some companies and people who are quite sedentary throughout the day, but really want to learn how to be fit and healthy. So stretching in the day can be really useful for a number of reasons. You don't have to go to an exercise class or commit to an hour of yoga or Pilates or anything like that. It can be a bit of a block in the mind if you think that you have to set out this hour and really, change into your gym kit and go for it. So what I'm trying to do is get the message across to you, even if it only reaches 1 or 2 people, you can spread the word, that 5 or 10 minutes or even 20 seconds frequently throughout the day of little movements and stretching can really help your body, your mind, and also actually really help to prevent injury. Mind blank there. So as we're hunched over the desk and we're going through our day, and sometimes we're on a phone and we get a bit stressed and we've got all these pressures coming from different areas. It's 35 degrees out there, there's no air. I don't know about you, but there's drilling across the road, there's all kinds. It's stressful, and now we're meant to work from home and be normal, and just act like we're superhumans. So we're not, but what we can do to help ourselves without having to think about it too much is set the timer or just be aware of the time, and every hour, just do me a favour, or every 30 minutes if possible, move. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 or 6 simple movements and things that you can do today, that you can put into your day every day. And don't do it instead of yoga, don't do it instead of any exercise classes, do it as well. Just make this like your baseline. I'm taking care of my joints and my mind and my lungs. Think about it like that, like a baseline health routine that you're doing, like you would wash your face and wash your hair. Okay, clearly I did that today for this video for you guys, so lucky. Right, so let's start with, we spoke about the neck before, and this is really important, so I'm going to reiterate it. When you lean forward with your chin, which we always do, I can't remember the numbers, but basically if your head weighs 2 kilos, 10 kilos if you're very clever, I'm sure some of you are, the weight is it should be aligned with your spine, so the weight is then distributed down the middle of your body, and it's all nicely balanced. But if you bring your chin a little bit forward, you can see that your neck muscles then take the strain. Okay, so chin poke isn't that attractive either. We don't want to sit in this kind of fearful, woeful position. We want to look and feel strong and confident. So let's sit like that and feel like that and start to help ourselves think like that. So tuck the chin in, release those muscles. The further it is ahead, and the more that we get into our work and stress of the day, the more pressure, the more kilos it translates to these muscles taking. And these attach into your skull, at the base of the skull, at the occipitus, and cause tension there around the nerves, which also attach into your brain. So, for instance, the optic nerve attaches down here, and then you might get headaches around here, around your eye. That could be the optic nerve, has some tension around it. Yes, there's lots of things, invisible symptoms, I'd say. Sore eyes, puffy eyes, dryness of the eyes, headaches, all these kinds of things. Water obviously is a great thing that we can do to help ourselves, so drinking lots of water. But I would say this is a massive one, keeping that neck in a good position and breathing correctly. So as soon as we do this, we tend to suddenly be more aware and like, oh, didn't realise I hadn't breathed for 2 hours straight whilst I was doing that work or that email. And even more so now with self-employed people, we are having to work on our websites a lot more, and marketing and Instagram and social media and all sorts. So we tend to go hours without even realising, working on that sort of thing. And then in between that, you're talking to people or dealing with people. So we don't really tend to get that time out for ourselves. So this is a way that we can start bringing our mind and our body together for 5 seconds and do little things to help out. Like, I'm fortunate because I can walk around for part of my roles of walking and being active, and so I've learned over the years to be aware of it, but I still make the same mistakes once I'm sat down at a desk. So we all have the same thing, so we can help ourselves by educating ourselves, and that's what I'm here for. So if you want any more personal assistance, please feel free to email me. It's lizaspire@gmail.com, or you can go through my website, which is lmfit.uk. I've also written an ebook which has some tips on there for how to sit and stay active. That's free, you can get that from my website. And I also have written a 28-day home training program. And then there are plenty of videos on my YouTube channel. So that's LM Fit Personal Trainer, where you can find some stretches and also some useful little sequences that you can look at. So today, let's just look at a few. So apart from the neck, one really, really nice thing that you can do is stand up and twist. So it sounds silly, but I'll show you now. All you're going to do is take a deep breath, tuck that chin in, twist, and just pop your hand onto your shoulder. Let your whole body weight carry you around, so the momentum of your body weight will help you open your chest here. So you're opening these muscles that are tightened in that bent over position. You're getting some blood flow around your hips, around your vertebrae, your discs in your lower spine there. So you're getting some blood flow and some nutrients sent there. Even your ankles are working. So we're working that whole chain of movement down the side of the body. Okay, so that's a really good one. You can do about 20 of those. That's it. 10 seconds, you're done, back to work. Okay, so another thing you can do is this crossed body stretch. Again, we don't need to set up a whole thing on the floor. You know, I could even be on a call with a friend. You know, I could be on my Zoom call without any video on doing these. So what this does is it helps you balance on the one leg, which strengthens your glutes and your hip and your balance, your coordination. And you're also able to stretch out the hips and the ankles as well. Okay, so that's a really good one. Hear my joints clicking. So we're just loosening those tendons that are taking tension all day. And challenging our body in a healthy way as well, so you don't need to go quickly at all. Another one you can do is a one-legged deadlift. What we're doing here is, again, we're strengthening the back of our legs, which often we don't really use all day. And we're challenging our brain and our body, so our neural connection, our nervous system. You're focusing on your body for a few minutes, and you can breathe as you do this, and you'll just find a good bit of respite in your day. Use your big toe on the floor to help you balance, and try not to twist the pelvis as you come around. So sometimes when we go back, that leg, we twist like that. Okay, so we're trying to keep these bones facing down, so that you don't fall over or train a movement that isn't quite right for our body. So if you feel it twisting around, just corrects it as you're there, and then bring it back through. Clearly I'm really good at these. Just trying to do too many things at once. So you could do 5 of those each side throughout your day. I mean, if I can't do them, you know, and I'm meant to be the one teaching you about it, so you can definitely do it. Okay, so keep shifting that weight back into the heel. See here in this position, my knee's not coming forwards. I'm actually trying to load my hamstring. If I was here, I'd be loading my knee, and that's not quite what we're going for there. Okay, now also, something that we don't talk about enough is the deep lower core. This is a great one, very, very simple, and we're just pressing the lower back into the floor and starting to work the rectus abdominis there, the band across the lower part of the core, which is quite deep and helps protect the back. Very, very simple again. None of this requires lots of space or anything. And one for the side of the glutes. Going to align your elbow with your knee. Tuck that foot behind you. This one comes on top. What are you going to do? Push the hips forwards. Try and feel that connection with the lower glutes, so feel that contraction. And then open the leg, or just simply hold here. And you can come down and then up. But the important thing is that your elbow is in line with your knee and your hip, so you're not bent forwards. So this wouldn't be quite right. I'm trying to show. Or having the elbow, the hips right behind you. Just think about having a straight line down your body. And do the other side. So elbow, this leg bent, tuck behind you. Elbow in line with my knee when I draw a line from it down my body. Push those hips forwards. And you should feel good contraction in that lower hip. And do about 10 leg raises, or just hold for about 30 seconds. Easy. Another nice one you can do to energize the system is to roll back and kick your legs up. And then roll them forwards and stretch. just a dynamic stretch, massages the spine, actually helps the neck as well. And you can do about 10 of those, kick up and kick forwards. Have your feet together as you go up and forwards, and then the second round you can have them together as you go up, and then split them as you come forwards, so you get a stretch in the inner thigh. Okay, so it's in, up, in, forwards, in, up, in, forwards. Always bring the knees to the chest, in, up, in, forwards. And then going wide at the bottom, so in, up, in, wide, in, up, in, wide. Okay, so what we're doing there is we're just activating but also stretching, and it feels relaxing. And that's it. So it's nice to do some dynamic stretching. That just means that you're moving whilst you're stretching out your muscles. I think it's better to get more oxygen into the body. I think it refreshes the mind a little bit better. Static stretches and yin yoga, where you're holding a pose for a long time, they can be perhaps more towards the end of the day to finish off your day with a longer, more relaxed session with some nice music. And that can really help slow down the nervous system and the mind and the body, ready for relaxation. But during the day, when you just want to move quickly, I think dynamic stretches and simple movements that we've just done will be really, really useful. That way you're just gently strengthening and teaching your body balance, reminding it how to balance and keeping good coordination and mind-body connection whilst stretching and whilst just challenging. But it's very, very simple and won't take much time at all. But the more we do these little things, I think the better human beings we become, all in all. Okay, so I hope that's been of interest and useful. Any feedback would be gratefully received, and see you soon.